What's up, kids? It's your boy 90 Soul doing another sneaker review. Um, Thought I'd come outside. It's a beautiful day where I live. Normally it's really hot. Right now the weather is definitely mild and cool. So I just thought, you know what, in the sunlight and everything, let's see how these shoes pop. Definitely a summer vibe to them. I know we've seen a lot of on-foot videos, a lot of earlier release videos, and I know this was an easier cop for most people, but I just thought, hey, you know, I'm gonna throw the video up just so you guys could see. My thoughts on the shoe. So basically, what we got here is the new V2 cream white. You know, similar to what we saw on the Zebras as far as the bottoms. They're kind of like this milky white yellow on the bottom, gets whiter as it goes to the top, and then the all white upper, which is definitely clean. And you can kind of still see the check mark. You can kind of see, I don't know if my camera will pick it up well enough, but and the light just kind of died. I guess the sun went behind the clouds, but you can kind of see the check mark right there where the lettering would be for St. Pablo Loves You. But still, without that, this shoe actually looks a whole lot cleaner without that check mark, without that swipe, without that, you know, stripe on there. It looks pretty good. You know, I'm definitely feeling this shoe. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be keeping this in my collection. I actually tried to get these for a friend of mine. If you watch some of my other videos, I've kind of given up some of the hard to get shoes just because they're not something I necessarily want for my collection. I'm actually trying to stay light with my collection right now, not trying to add too much to it. I have gotten a couple of pickups over this last couple of months, so I just thought, you know what, if I get these, I'll give them up. But actually what I'm going to be doing is trying to trade him for a couple of pairs that he has that I still need for my collection. So I'm working on him with that, see what I can get from him without, you know, obviously going too overboard. But you know, this will be his first pair of boost, his first pair of Yeezy, so I definitely would like to hook him up on that. You can see the boost right there, super soft. I mean, it's the same bottoms we've seen on all of them. Again, that overlay for the yellow look, I mean, that doesn't look bad. That actually looks pretty clean. You know, got the 3 stripes on the back tab. It's the same thing, just all white. So I'm not too heartbroken about giving this up. I do have the Bread V2s, so I'm pretty happy having those. Still haven't even worn them, so I'm gonna bust those out this summer. I know black's gonna be a little bit hotter than the white, but definitely be a whole lot easier to keep clean. You know, my worries with some of the stuff I've seen with people wearing them is like this gets, you know, black scuff marks and it, you know, doesn't really clean off. And even if I crep the top, still a good chance that it's gonna get dirty. I mean, obviously when you drive your car and stuff, this area right here tends to get pretty dark. So again, something I don't mind giving up. You know, I didn't really notice that before, but because of the lighting and the way the picture is going, I don't know if it's gonna show up on video, but there's a couple of swipes here, almost like the Zebras, where the black stripes were on the Zebras. These have the cream stripes. I didn't even notice that in pictures before, but it's definitely showing up here. That's pretty fire right there. You know, that's a good look. I wonder as these start to age and if they do start to discolor, if that kind of sticks out a little bit better. So time will tell on that. I'll have to ask him as he wears them more and more. But let me know what you guys think. I mean, again, overall, I mean, clean shoe. Surprised I got them at retail, but I know a lot of people had better success. So congrats to those of you who got them. There's always next time for those of you who didn't. It seems like they're releasing more and more colors. The one thing about it though, it seems like as soon as a new color releases, the prices go up on the other ones. So like I did pay hefty on buying the V2 Breads early. I paid about $6. They hovered around 6, and now with this coming out, they've shot up. I've even seen as much as 800 on StockX for the same size, and that's crazy to me. Obviously the Zebras are super high, but even like the Oreo ones, you know, the ones that came out in the beginning, those have all shot up. So I think with each new release, the models that have come before are obviously going up in price. So investment wise, I mean, this is something good to hold on to, because as that green one drops, I think there's a peyote one or something that's dropping. As those other colors drop, these will go up in value. So just for those of you that you know might be thinking along those lines, if you can grab them at retail, if you can grab them even at resale at the lower end, it's probably going to go up at the point the next model drops, especially depending on how limited it is that comes out. So definitely something to think about. I mean, I'll continue to try to get them. If I can catch them at retail, I'll buy them. I'll probably keep them. other than this pair, but for the most part, I mean, this is something that it's gonna be hard for me to give them up because it's my first pair I've gotten at retail, first pair I've ever gotten offline from the Adidas website. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys were able to cop, if you caught the L. But again, just consider, I mean, the way I get them is just being persistent. I mean, if you have access to multiple devices, I found that was probably my key to success. I had about 6 devices, two desktops, a couple mobile devices, a tablet, all that kind of stuff. So I had a lot of windows open, and at one point a lot of them were going through to where I was able to order. Unfortunately, only one of them I was able to actually process the checkout. They kept airing, the other ones kept airing out, having problems with the captcha. But with most of the releases, I find when I get them online, if it's something hard to get, it's just being persistent, not giving up, waiting until the end. I know it's a waste of time sometimes. You feel like, God, I just wasted an hour, 2 hours sitting online, sitting to see if I can get this, this shoe, and you feel like you've lost something because of that. But really, that's part of the hunt. It used to be go to the stores and hunt them down and try and find pairs, but now with online, it's a matter of just being patient, being persistent, continuing trying to add to cart, continuing trying different methods of getting through and being successful. And sometimes it works out. I don't have a hookup. I don't have better luck than others. Like my friend says, I just have better luck getting releases, but that's not the case. It's persistence and being determined to do everything I can to get them. So for those of you who haven't gotten them yet, again, be persistent, continue to try different methods, change up your routine, but you'll get them eventually. I promise you. That's it, folks. Peace.